I parked my old Toyota outside a shiny car dealership in Miami, my heart pounding with anger and determination. My name is Layla, and I am the new owner of this place, but no one inside knows that. Dressed in jeans and a hoodie, I walked into the showroom, ready to expose the injustice. What happened next turned everything upside down, from the condescending looks to the shocking revelation. Can I change this world where I am judged by the color of my skin? My name is James Wilson, and I'm standing in front of Elite Rides in sweltering Miami, holding the keys to my old Honda. My heart is pounding, but not from the heat, from anger and anticipation. I'm the new owner of this place, bought it a month ago, but no one inside knows. Today, I'm wearing jeans and a gray hoodie, dressed specifically to look out of place. I want to see how they treat a regular customer, especially one like me, a dark-skinned man who is often judged before he even opens his mouth. I push open the glass door and walk in. The cool air conditioning hits my face, but the employees' stares are even colder. Two salespeople at the counter interrupt their conversation and stare at me. A woman in her 30s with a name tag that says Caitlin, manager, looks up from her tablet and scans me from head to toe. Her lips tighten as if she has already decided that I am not welcome here. How can I help you? Her voice is sweet, but her eyes are cold. Just looking, I say calmly, keeping my hands in my pockets. She raises an eyebrow. We have exclusive cars. Are you looking for something specific? Maybe, I reply, walking toward a shiny black sedan. My fingers barely touch the door handle when Caitlin interrupts sharply. Over here, please, don't touch. Her tone is sharp as a knife. These cars are for serious customers. I freeze, feeling the blood rush to my temples. Serious customers? I own this damn dealership. But I hold back, smile. And I'm not serious, I guess. Caitlin blinks awkwardly, but quickly regains her composure. I didn't mean that. It's just, we have budget options. I can show you. Budget? I repeat, looking her straight in the eye. You've decided I need something cheaper? She stammers, but doesn't apologize. I'm just trying to save you time. I feel anger boiling up inside me, but I keep myself under control. This isn't just about me. It's about everyone who walks in here and gets treated this way because of the color of their skin or their appearance. I decide to play by her rules. Okay, show me your budget options. Caitlin nods, clearly relieved, and leads me to a corner of the showroom where the older models are parked. She hands me a sheet with a list of scratched sedans and SUVs that cost 10 times less than the cars in the center of the showroom. Here, these are more suitable, she says, as if she's doing me a favor. I take the sheet without looking at it and shove it into my pocket. Interesting. What if I want that sedan? I nod toward the car we were standing next to. Her smile cracks. It costs $150,000. You need prior qualification. Qualification, I repeat, feeling anger turn to cold determination. What if I say I want to talk to the owner? Caitlin laughs, but there is contempt in her eyes. The owner? He doesn't come for. She stops, but I know what she wanted to say. For people like you. Give me the phone. I'll call him myself. I say, taking out my phone. Her eyes widen, but she doesn't move. I scroll through my contacts and dial Eddie's number, my regional director. Hi, it's James. I'm at the salon. There's a little misunderstanding. Can you come over? Caitlin's face pales, her confidence melting away. Who did you call? You'll see. I say, putting my phone in my pocket. We'll find out soon enough who doesn't belong here. As we wait, the tension in the showroom grows. The salespeople whisper to each other, glancing at me. Caitlin clutches her tablet as if it were a lifeline. I stand calmly, but inside I'm a storm. This isn't just about bad service. It's about a system that allows people like Caitlin to decide who is worthy of respect and who isn't. I didn't buy this salon just for business. I want to change the rules of the game. And today is the first step. The door opens and Eddie walks in, wearing a suit, his face serious but his eyes warm. Mr. Wilson. He extends his hand. Good to see you. I shake his hand, feeling the eyes of everyone in the salon fixed on us. Caitlin almost drops her tablet. Mr. Wilson? Her voice trembles. Eddie turns to her, his tone sharp. Caitlin, have you met the new owner of Elite Rides? Her face turns ashen. I look at her, not smiling. We'll talk, Caitlin. But first, I want to see all the employees in the conference room. Now, I, James Wilson, am standing in the conference room of the Elite Rides car dealership, feeling the tension in the room pressing down on my chest. The employees are seated around the table, their faces a mixture of surprise, fear, and curiosity. Caitlin is sitting in the corner, clutching her tablet, her gaze fixed on the table. Eddie, my regional director, stands by the door, his arms crossed, his eyes watching everyone. I take a deep breath and begin. My name is James Wilson. I say, my voice steady but firm. I am the new owner of this dealership. I'm not here today as the boss, but as a customer. And what I've seen has disappointed me. Whispers ripple through the room. I see one of the salespeople, a young guy with a name tag that says, Tyler, look uncomfortable. Caitlin looks up, but quickly looks away. I continue. I wasn't greeted as a customer, but as a stranger. Because of the way I look. Because of the color of my skin. I pause, letting my words sink in. And it's not just about me. It's about everyone who walks through these doors and gets less respect than they deserve. Tyler raises his hand, his voice trembling. Mr. Wilson, we don't always do that. It's just that sometimes customers, well, we think we know who they are. I nod, but my eyes are hard. You just said we think. That's the problem. You don't ask. You decide for people. And today, that decision cost you the trust of your owner. Caitlin shifts in her chair, her cheeks reddening. I turn to her. Caitlin, do you want to say something? She blinks, her voice quiet. I made a mistake. I didn't know who you were. I'm sorry. It's not that you didn't know who I was. I reply, my tone sharp but calm. It's that you decided I wasn't worthy of being here. If I weren't the owner, would you be apologizing right now? She is silent, and that silence speaks louder than words. I feel the anger rising again, but I keep it under control. This is no time for emotions. It's time for change. I bought this salon to make it better, I say, addressing everyone. But I can't do it alone. You are all part of this. And if you're not willing to change the way you treat people, you don't belong here. Suddenly, the door opens. Maria, the administrator, enters with a worried look on her face. Mr. Wilson, I'm sorry, but there's a problem. One of the customers just complained that he was ignored because he didn't look right. I feel the blood drain from my face. Another incident? Right now? I look at Eddie, and he nods, as if to say, you're the boss. I turn back to the employees. Who was serving that customer? Silence. Then Tyler timidly raises his hand. It was me. I thought he wasn't serious. He was wearing shorts and a backpack. I clench my fists, but my voice is steady. You thought. Again, go to that customer. Apologize. Now. And send him to me. Tyler runs out, and I feel all eyes in the room on me. I continue. This isn't just about today. It's about the culture you've created, and I'm here to break it. Caitlin finally looks up, her voice trembling. Mr. Wilson, I understand what I did wrong. Give me a chance to make it right. I look at her, feeling a mixture of pity and determination. You have to earn a chance, Caitlin. I'll talk to you later. But know this. I believe in second chances if they're sincere. The door opens again. Tyler returns with a client, an elderly Latino man in a plain t-shirt. His eyes are burning with indignation. They ignored me. He says, they said I couldn't afford these cars. I feel the anger rising again, but I keep myself under control. Sit down. Sir, I say softly. Tell me everything. He sits down, his voice trembling with hurt. I came to buy a car for my daughter. I have the money. But that guy, he nods toward Tyler. He wouldn't even talk to me. I look at Tyler, who is standing with his head down. Tyler, what do you have to say? I made a mistake, he mumbles. I'm sorry, sir. I turn back to the customer. On behalf of Elite Rides, I apologize. This is unacceptable. I will personally see to it that you receive the best service. And we will cover the discount on your purchase. The man nods, his anger slowly subsiding. I feel the tension in the room ease a little, but I'm not done yet. This isn't over, I say, addressing everyone. We're going to have training sessions. We're going to change the way this dealership operates. And if any of you aren't ready for that, The door is there. Eddie approaches me, his voice quiet. James, there's something else. I got a report. This isn't the first time Caitlin has behaved like this. There have been complaints from other customers. I feel my stomach tighten. This is more than I thought. I look at Caitlin, who now looks like she wants to sink through the floor. Caitlin, we'll talk after the meeting. Get ready. I turn back to the employees, my voice firm. Today we start with a clean slate. But I'll be watching every move you make. It's time to show that you're better than this. I, James Wilson, am standing in the conference room at Elite Rides, feeling the air thicken with tension. The employees are silent, their eyes darting between me, Caitlin, and the door, as if they're waiting for something else to happen. Eddie just dropped a bombshell. Caitlin has a history of complaints about treating customers unfairly. My stomach churns, but I keep my face stone cold. This isn't just about today. It's about a system I have to tear down brick by brick. The meeting is over. I say sharply. Caitlin, stay behind. Everyone else, get back to work. And remember, I'm watching. The employees leave, whispering among themselves. Tyler shoots me a guilty look, but I don't respond. My attention is on Caitlin. She sits with her hands clenched, her face pale, her eyes shining with fear or shame. I'm not sure which. Eddie closes the door, leaving the three of us alone. Caitlin, I begin, my voice calm but firm. Eddie says this isn't the first time. Complaints. Ignoring customers. Prejudice. Explain. She swallows, her voice trembling. I didn't mean to offend anyone. Sometimes I just assess who can afford it. It's business. Business. I repeat, feeling anger rising in my chest. You decide who's worthy and who's not based on their appearance? Based on the color of their skin? That's not business, Caitlin. That's discrimination. She lowers her eyes, her fingers trembling. I didn't think it looked that way. I was wrong. I look at Eddie, and he nods, pulling out a folder of complaints. 3 documented cases this year, he says. One customer even threatened to take us to court. We settled, but it's serious. I feel my pulse quicken. Court? That could ruin the salon's reputation before I even bought it. I turn back to Caitlin. Do you realize what your actions could have cost us? Not just money, but people's trust. She nods, her voice barely audible. I understand. I want to make it right. Give me a chance. I'm silent, thinking it over. Part of me wants to fire her right now. She's caused damage, and that's a fact. But another part remembers why I'm here. Not just to punish, but to change. If I fire Caitlin, will anything change? Or will she just take her prejudices somewhere else? Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. Maria, the administrator, peeks in, her face tense. Mr. Wilson, I'm sorry, but there's another complaint. Just now, a client says Tyler ignored her again. I feel my jaw clench. Tyler again. After everything I said, I look at Eddie. Bring her in. And Tyler. Maria leaves, and I turn back to Caitlin. We're not done here. Sit down. A minute later, the client enters, a young, dark-skinned woman in sportswear, her eyes burning with anger. Tyler follows behind her, his head down. This is unacceptable, she begins. I came to choose a car, and this guy told me I should go to another dealership. I feel my blood boiling. Tell me everything, I say, trying to keep my voice steady. She crosses her arms. I said I wanted an SUV. He looked at me, at my clothes, and said it was too expensive for me. I'm an engineer, I have money. Why should I put up with this? I look at Tyler. Is that true? He mumbles. I didn't mean it like that. I just thought. You thought. I interrupt, my voice cutting like steel. How many times? Continued from previous response. How many times do I have to repeat myself? You don't think about your customers. You listen to them. Tyler is silent, his cheeks burning. I turn back to the customer. On behalf of Elite Rides, I apologize. This will not happen again. I will personally follow up on your order, and we will give you a discount. Is that acceptable? She nods, her anger subsiding a little. Okay, but I want this to stop. Not just for me. Believe me, I say. That's exactly what I'm here for. I leave her with Maria to fill out the paperwork and return to Tyler. You're on probation. One more mistake and you're gone. Got it. He nods, barely breathing. Yes, sir. Go. I say, and he runs out. I turn back to Caitlin, who is sitting as if glued to her chair. Your turn. I'm not firing you. Not yet. But you're going to take mandatory anti-discrimination training. And I'm going to be watching you. One slip up and you're gone. She nods, her eyes wet. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. I won't let you down. Don't thank me. I reply. Prove it to the clients. Eddie puts his hand on my shoulder. James, are you sure? She could be a problem. I sigh. If she doesn't change, I'll fire her. But I believe people can learn. Otherwise, what's the point of all this? Suddenly, my phone rings. I look at the screen. It's my lawyer, Carla. I answer. Carla, what's new? Her voice is tense. James, I found something else. There weren't just complaints. There's evidence that Caitlin deliberately scared off certain customers to inflate prices for others. This could be fraud. I feel the ground shake beneath my feet. Fraud. This changes everything. I look at Caitlin, who is still sitting there, unaware of what I just learned. Carla, send me everything. I'll take care of it. I put down the phone, my gaze fixed on Caitlin. We have a new problem, I say slowly. And you'd better start telling the truth. Now, I, James Wilson, am standing in the conference room of Elite Rides, my gaze fixed on Caitlin. Her face is pale, her eyes darting around as if looking for a way out. My lawyer, Carla, has just informed me that Caitlin has not only been discriminating against customers, but may also have been involved in fraud, scaring away some buyers in order to inflate prices for others. My blood is boiling, but I keep myself under control. This is the moment of truth, for her, for the salon, for me. Caitlin, I say slowly, my voice cold as steel. I've just been told that you deliberately scared customers away. You overcharged them. Is that true? She opens her mouth, but the words stick. Her hands are shaking, and the tablet falls onto the table. I didn't, she stammers, then exhales. I didn't mean any harm. I was just trying to maximize profits. I feel my jaw clench. Profit? You were cheating people, Caitlin. You broke the law, and you did it under my roof. Eddie, standing nearby, shakes his head. James, we have proof. Emails. Call logs. This is serious. Caitlin raises her head sharply, her voice trembling. I admit I made a mistake, but I'm not the only one. Other managers did the same thing. It was a system, not just me. I freeze. A system? My eyes narrow. Name names. Now. She hesitates, but breaks under my gaze. Richard and Laura. They taught me. They said it was okay to filter clients. I feel my stomach tighten. This is deeper than I thought. It's not just Caitlin, it's a whole chain. I turn back to Eddie. Call Richard and Laura. Right now. Eddie nods and leaves. Caitlin lowers her head, her shoulders shaking. I don't feel sorry for her. She made her choice. But I feel responsible. I bought this salon to change it, and if that means cleaning out the rot at the core, I'll do it. 5 minutes later, Eddie returns with Richard and Laura, 2 senior managers. Richard, a man in his 50s, looks confident, but his eyes dart nervously around the room. Laura, younger, is cold and distant, but her tight lips betray her tension. What's going on? Richard asks, his tone defiant. I don't waste any time. Caitlin says you taught her to scare customers away and overcharge them. Is that true? Richard laughs, but it's a nervous laugh. That's nonsense. She's just making excuses. Laura is silent, but her face is pale. I turn to Eddie. Show them. Eddie places a folder of evidence on the table, printouts of emails in which Richard and Laura discuss filtering clients based on their appearance and background. I see Richard losing his composure, his hands clenching into fists. Laura lowers her eyes. This is fraud, I say, my voice cutting through the air. You didn't just discriminate against people. You stole from them. And from me. Richard tries to argue. It's business, Wilson. We were just optimizing sales. I interrupt, my voice booming. Optimizing? You disgraced this salon. You disgraced me. And every client who trusted us. Silence. Caitlin sobs quietly. Laura hides her face in her hands. Richard stands with his teeth clenched. I feel the anger give way to determination. This is my chance to set things right. You 3 are suspended, I say, looking at them. I'm handing the evidence over to my lawyers. If this goes to court, you will be held accountable. Now get out of here. Eddie leads them out, and I sit down, feeling the adrenaline drain away. But this isn't over. I call the rest of the employees back into the room. They enter, their faces filled with anxiety. I stand up, my voice firm but calm. Today we uncovered some rot in this salon, I say, but I believe we can be better. Starting tomorrow, we're implementing anti-discrimination training. Every one of you will take it. We're also introducing an anonymous complaint system so that customers and employees can speak up without fear. I want Elite Rides to be a place where everyone is respected. If you don't agree, the door is there. Tyler raises his hand, his voice quiet. Mr. Wilson, I want to change. I made a mistake, but I'm learning. I nod.